What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Acts of Creation. And in this week's lesson, we're going to check out 3 songs that use octaves in different ways. Alright? I've always been a fan of using octaves in my riffs, in my solo writing, in my melody writing, and I just wanted to show you guys some really awesome songs that are fun to play and that use octaves in different ways. So I hope you guys dig this, okay? So down in the description, you can find the links to all the tabs, and let's jump in. Alright? So the first example we're going to check out is from Smashing Pumpkins and a song called Cherub Rock. It's one of my favorite Smashing Pumpkins songs. I'm not a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, so saying that is very on the surface. Sorry, Fluff, I love you. But, you know, they have some great songs, and this is one of them. And it opens up with octaves ascending, and then the main riff is very melodic, and it uses octaves. So let's check that out. Really fun riff to play, really a great song, and it's really a great song to play, and I just love that riff. It's so melodic, it's major, right? It's not in a minor key, right? It kind of separates itself from that era in that sense harmonically a little bit. So it opens up with octaves, 7 on the A string, and then your octave shape. Skips a string like a power chord, skips a string, right? For my beginners out there, if you know your power chords, you know your octaves, because it's the same shape, you just skip a string. And I always see this question, how do I play that dead note? Right? You see the tabs, 7, X, 9, how do I play that dead note? And you don't, right? The way you use your first finger, it just leans against the string, it allows you to strum through, and then that middle string is dead and it does not come through. But I digress. Let's get back into it, right? So that song kind of starts out with this E major ascension, right? Goes up the rhythm on those chords, and then you have the main riff. Just a great melody, just a really great riff, and I've always been a fan of crafting melodic riffs using octaves, right? Because it kind of thickens up your melody a little bit, and it also gets you away from just power chords, which can be very useful. So as I change my guitars, we're gonna go back in the time machine still and check out a song called Nation on Fire, which is on the very first Machine Head album. It's a fantastic album. Personally, I don't think they ever got back to that first album. That's just me, I'm probably wrong. But I love that album, and this is a great song. And this, again, the first Smashing Pumpkins example we did, it was more of melodic, it was major, right? And this one is more, we're gonna drop C tuning in the song. I'm gonna drop B on this guitar, but it's more of a Phrygian half-step tritone rhythmic thing that goes on, and they do it a couple of different ways. So let's just check that out. Oh, that riff just crushes, right? So that's a really fun example in a different way, or like a tension-filled way to play octaves, right? And in a drop tuning, our octave shapes are just like our power chords, right? We just skip the string, same fret, right? So you're kind of playing with this open, and then 1 and open, right? Getting that half-step tension in there. sliding up the octave. And even the second guitar part, the overlay part, is doing octaves here, the same idea. Right? To go underneath that. And then obviously you have the power chord section, and then that transition riff brings that same idea, but in a variation, right? This just octaves an octave higher. And those notes are the same. Crushing riff, Burn My Eyes is a phenomenal album. Nation on Fire, check it out. Let's go on to the last example. So our last and final example is a way that you can use octaves in a solo, in a guitar solo, right? It's a great way to kind of break up your phrases, space out your ideas, and just connect one idea to the other, right? Almost as a segue. And the example I want to show you this is the Souls of Black from Testament. Great song from way back when. Alex Skolnick crushes it. So let's just check that out really fast. Cool. I'm not going to go through the whole solo, but it was just that section, right? So I dig that because you're coming out of a run, right? It's very easy in a solo to just do run after run after run, you know? Nice harmonic minor. And then he leaves it, and again, it's a nice segue riff. It separates the start of the solo to some more of the flashy stuff that comes out of it. And it's just a little slip-slidey riff. Right, just put octaves on it. Just a great idea and a great way to separate your ideas. If you've seen some of the solos that I put up on this channel, there's usually a moment where I throw in octaves. It's just what I like to do. So there you go, guys. 3 different ways to use octaves in your riff writing, your songwriting, and your solos. Right? Hope you guys dig that. Do you have any more examples? I mean, I know there's Led Zeppelin and Rage Against the Machine, countless examples, but what are some of your favorite octave riffs? Let me know down in the comments below. Okay? Down in the description you can find a link for the tabs to these riffs, and as always, let me know what you come up with. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.